Hi everybody, this is your science video for today on Wednesday. We're talking about natural resources and how we use them. We are on page 334 where it says using resources at home. Okay, so it's going to talk about a little bit about how we use natural resources in our everyday lives and at home. Okay, if you put these two pages together, it kind of shows a diagram of a house. Okay, so we do use natural resources every day without even realizing it. When you wake up in the morning, what do? You may eat breakfast, brush your teeth, and listen to the radio. Each of these activities uses natural resources. The food that you eat and the water that you use are renewable resources. Your radio uses electricity that may be generated from non-resource coal. The metals, plastics, and other materials the radio is made of also come from non-renewable resources. People do not use most natural resources in their original form. Although you can eat some fruits and vegetables just as they are picked, most foods are cooked. Every product you use was made from one or more natural resources. For example, the paper you use to print your homework probably comes from trees. What about the plastic fork you use to eat lunch? Plastic can be made from oil. How many ways can you find resources being used in this home? Okay. So if you look at the pictures, it's just wants to know what ways you could find. It has a picture of the car that's made out of plastic, windows, made out of glass. Okay, wood most likely for the outside of the house. Okay, it's just some ways. Going over to the next page, 335. It's actually pointing to this diagram. Okay, the flowers, and it says water-saving products such as drip irrigation system can help your family use less water. Then it talks about the computer. Computer runs on electricity, and electrical energy is often generated in energy stations by the burning of coal. The computer itself is made of minerals and plastic. In the bathroom, you can use water to keep clean. You also use electricity to run appliances. Name that resource. Okay, so pick a room in your home and describe how natural resources are used in that room. So whether it's your bedroom, your kitchen, pick some things that you use in your everyday life that come from natural resources. Moving on to page 336. What's that smell? Okay. At the top, we have what looks like a smoke. We call a smokestack. It says smoke from resources burned by factories contributes to air pollution. So smog, trash, dirty water, or ways of or use of natural resources can harm the environment. So yes, natural resources are great that we are able to make products from them and use them in our everyday lives, but they can harm the environment. Okay. Cities and homes often draw water from underground. Waste from human activities can pollute underground water sources. So it shows you a diagram of just some ways that things seep into the ground, into our water. Okay, so we have fertilizers and pesticides right here coming from a farm. Okay, and that seeps down into the soil. What does this say? Septic tank. Okay, that's it's basically your bathroom, where the sewer and then that could leak down into the soil and the water. Urban runoff, what that means is from factories, polluting the soil. Oil storage tanks, landfills where we bury our garbage. And when garbage trucks come, it the garbage just doesn't disappear. It goes into landfills, and we put soil on top of it, but it pollutes the ground. So now on to page 337, it says, you can see the garbage dump. There's actually a picture of a landfill. It says, natural resources help people do and make many things, but the use of natural resources can also cause pollution. Pollution is the contamination of air, water, or soil by materials that are harmful to living things. Air, water, and soil are some of the most important natural resources. Most air pollution comes from the burning of fossil fuels. Cars and trucks are the greatest source of air pollution, but many factories and energy stations also pollute. Air pollution can harm the health of people, plants, and animals. Water can become polluted when trash or eroded soil or chemicals from manufacturing, farming, and landfills get into rivers, lakes, and oceans. These pollutants can also enter the groundwater. Water pollution harms organisms, including people that need water to live. Soil can be polluted too. Chemicals leaking from storage sites or runoff from roads and parking lots can soak into soils, making them unusable for growing crops. All right, so we have a cause and effect chart here. Okay, it says pollution affects the earth. Write 2 types of pollution in the effect box, and in the cause box, explain the cause of each. So, get my pen. All right, so I'm gonna pick air pollution. That's a big one. So that's the effect, air pollution. Okay, and some causes. The main cause is fossil fuels, but that basically means fossil fuels. That up. Fossil fuels, we know that basically means burning of gasoline, which mostly comes from cars and trucks. That's the biggest source of air pollution. Okay, so let's see what else can be polluted, or what the effect would be. Water contamination. Okay, so water can be contaminated, and how does that happen? Manufacturing, farming, and landfills, we'll put. And landfills. Okay, so manufacturing, meaning, chemical plants, factories. Farming, when they use pesticides to treat the soil. And landfills, where we, bury our garbage. Okay, that causes water contamination. All right, and that's actually it for today. To page 337. Okay, so not tomorrow, but Friday, we're gonna sum up this lesson. Okay, do the sum it up and the brain check, and then we're gonna move on to lesson 2 next week, which is how do people conserve resources? Because right now we're talking about how we harm the environment and our natural resources, but how can we conserve them? That's the challenge that we face as a global society. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks for watching.